Hey everyone. We are re-recording our training video so that we can make it a little more smooth for you. And we're going to start with the UCX client application.
All
Okay.
right. And I can take over, Bianca. Thanks.
Sure.
So what we have here is the UCX app, and you're seeing this client over the desktop. So if you use a desktop or a laptop, it will look like this. If you use MacBook or Windows, it should look exactly like this. Once you're signed in to it, which will give you all the login information for that, is different than your iCarol accounts. So you'll get very specific login information for these that'll be linked to your shifts. And it's important that you log in using those credentials and don't change any of the passwords or anything like that, as well as making sure you log in on time and not before. And that's because if you log in, you'll kick somebody out. And if they're on a call, then you'll kick them off out of the call and you'll disconnect from that contact. So with this, you'll see I'm Agent 1. And once you are logged in, you want to make sure that your status is available, and you can always check that by hitting the options here. You'll go to General, and you'll go to Services, and you'll make sure that your queues are available in the crisis line, which is not this one, but you'll see a 1-800 number, 843-5200. Make sure you're in once that is available. And then you'll be logged in. It's pretty straightforward from there. You can take calls this way by the dial pad. You can make a call. So if you need to do a three-way call, you can do it from there. Otherwise, calls will just come into you naturally. And I will go ahead and do a test call right now so you can see how a call will come in. It's pretty straightforward, as if you're answering the phone in person or a landline or your own cell phone. And then see that I'm calling myself, it's coming in, and you just hit that to connect. There'll be an audio cue at the beginning just saying that you've taken a call. And of course, you can always hang up here. And the last thing you'll need to know is if you do need to make a three-way call, in case you need to do translation services, you'll put the caller on hold, you'll just pause it, and you'll go here and you'll dial out. So I'll go ahead and dial in to Bianca since I have her on the phone here. Just pull up her number. And if you don't have Bianca's phone number, here it is. So save it to your phone in case you need to get a hold of her. So calling in, once you connect with that new person, you'll have to right click and you'll do conference with the caller, and it should be right here since it has caller ID. It says my cell phone number. You can go ahead and click that. And then it will connect all the callers, and you'll see it right here. Before, we usually have it so that if you want to like disconnect from the call and let the three people or the other two people talk, you can do that. But unfortunately with this, you'll have to stay for the whole conversation. You can mute yourself if you don't want to be part of the conversation. But if you put it on hold, just know that you'll be putting everyone on hold. So do not do that. And then I'll go ahead and end this conference with everybody. And that is the gist of that. Again, with the signing in, when you sign into your account, your credentials that you give, sign in on time, and you don't have to worry about not kicking somebody off. If a call goes over, there is a back end system that supervisors or sort of staff members, myself, Bianca, Veronica, any other staff member will have access to. And we'll see when a call is happening. And if a call is going over time, we'll make sure to reach out to you via call, text, or email or Slack, letting you know, hey, there's a sign in. This is the sign in you'll use right now. Somebody is on a call. So you don't have to worry about that aspect of it. We will help that out for you. But the thing that you can do for us is just log in on time to make it a bit easier for everyone else too. All right. And as for downloading this, there should have been a link sent to you from Bianca to download this application. It doesn't take a whole lot to download on your computer. If you want to download it on your phone, you can. You can go to the App Store or the Google Play Store, and it should be TPX or UCX is the application you want to download. And the logging in is very much the same as you would on the desktop. And the interface is pretty much the same. And actually, it's a little bit easier because you won't have to double check if you're logged into the right things, like your status and all that. It'll log you in automatically. The other things with this is that once you end a call, you will be set to a wrap-up section. So you'll be busy and you'll get 2 minutes before another call will come to you. And these calls come in round robin style. So whoever signs in first will get a call, and then once that call is over, they'll be pushed to the back of the line, and then the next person who signed in would get the next call, and it kind of just goes in a sequential order that way. So you won't get back-to-back calls unless you're the only one on shift. But even if you are, which shouldn't happen, you'll still get a 2-minute break from every call automatically, default to that. So you don't have to worry about hanging up the phone or your computer and you getting a call immediately. You'll have some time to do some of your reporting. And again, if you need more time, you can always set your status to busy and calls won't come to you either. And in the phone client or the phone version, it's very similar. There's the same options. You can set yourself to busy so that calls won't come to you. So you can finish your report, or if you need to take a lunch or whatever it is, if you're doing more than, or a 15-minute break, whatever you need, you can set to busy so you won't get any calls and interrupt your break. As for using this application, you'll need some kind of, if you use it on your computer, you'll need some kind of headset or other multimedia device that connects that way. If you have a headset that works for your laptop or your desktop, perfect. If you haven't used one before, make sure you test out the audio quality and make sure it all works really well before you start just using it and plugging it in and trying to play with it, because sometimes it takes a little bit of working and some drivers you might need to download to make sure it works properly. If you use the cell phone application, you can use a headset that comes with your cell phone or one that works for your cell phone. A Bluetooth one will work fine. The only other thing is that if you want to use your cell phone, you can. But it is important that if you use your cell phone or if you use the desktop, you are only using one at a time. Just because it might get a little confused when the calls come into your agent, if you're logged in on the computer and on your phone. It might send it to your phone or it might send it to your computer. It has a way of not choosing all the time. So you want to make sure that it comes to the correct device that you're using. And also whenever you're done using the application, either on your phone or on your desktop, make sure to sign out completely so that you don't get calls coming to you while you're off your shift. Again, when a call comes in, you can decline it as well. And if you decline it, it will not hang up on the person. It'll actually just roll it over to the next person on call. So feel free to do that if you need to take a break and you forgot to switch it over or whatever it is. If you do decline it because you're on break or you're not on shift, know that it won't hang up on the person and you do not have to answer that call. It'll just roll it over to the next person available. So this back-end center is where staff members, buddy trainers, and buddies will sign into, and we'll make sure to give you the correct web browser to sign into this. So if you are any one of those three, you're your staff member, buddy trainer, or a buddy, you'll need to be logged into UCX on your desktop or laptop or an iPad using a web browser. I'll make sure to share that link with you, or your buddy trainer will share that link with you so you can sign in and all the credential information you'll need. There's a lot of things on here that you don't really need to know. What you're most likely going to be using this for is for shadowing staff members. This will be used to see when someone's on a call to make sure that you can give a volunteer the appropriate agent login information if somebody is going over. And you can click through these agents to see who's on calls and who is available. So if they're green, that means they're not on a call. If they're red, that means they're probably on a call, or they're not logged in at all. So just clicking through these before the next person rolls over is important, and to see if they're on a call. You'll know when someone's on a call because it'll say when you click on their agent name that they're currently on a call, or they'll say they're busy. So I'll go ahead and there should be a call here. So agent 3 is on a call with me, it looks like. And this is how you can tell. I have a busy signal here, or it'll be red to show that they are on a call. The important thing for you to know if you are doing buddy training or if you are trying to shadow your buddy is that if you're the buddy trainer, you'll be logged into one of these agent accounts, and you'll let your buddy know which agent account you'll be logged into so they know who to highlight. So say I'm doing buddy training with somebody, I'll give them this information to log in, and I will let them know, hey, I'm agent 3. So make sure that you have agent 3 highlighted. So whenever I'm on a call and it looks like this, you can hit this silent monitoring button to listen in on my calls as they come in. And once if I take a call like this agent 3 has taken, you'll have them hit this monitor agent and it will ring, and you can tell that they're on a call by right here. And they'll be on this call and you can listen to it, and then they can leave the silent monitoring, or if you are doing the buddy training and it ends, the call ends, it'll just hang up for them anyway. It's also important to know that you do not hit this barge in button. I know that on our old phones, we had a barge in button. That's how you did silent monitoring, or you did shadowing. Do not hit that. It'll actually insert them into the call. It's important that you don't hit it. The only button you need to know is this SM button for silent monitoring to shadow. The other things you can have them do is once they're signed in to a specific agent, which will most likely be agents 1 through 5, which are the supervisor ones, is to also make sure that the buddies click their My Availability to busy. Only because we do not want them to take any calls. So once they sign in, if they're available, calls will come to them, and we don't want that to happen. So make sure that they go up here and hit busy, or if they're on the UCX app, that they go ahead and make sure that they are busy as well, so that no calls will come to them during their shift while they're still shadowing. And that's it. And again, you'll still be using iCarol. This is just a way of getting phone calls. You'll need to log into iCarol to get chat and text messages, as well as make your reports. And the logins will be distributed to you, so just wait out for those. And again, if you need assistance with this, myself, Bianca, or Veronica, or any other staff member will be able to help you in figuring this out. We don't expect this to be, even with this training, to be very seamless for you to just get it right away. So don't worry about needing an extra support on getting this to work. And we can do some testing with you too once you start taking calls again. And we'll let you know as soon as this is all ready to go.